folks, welcome to our Run Club podcast, where today we are recording our 59th episode, which is excellent.
Yes.
Today we're going to talk about silver linings, I think is what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And silver linings in relation to this whole global pandemic that we're dealing with.
Yep.
Yeah. But before we do that, how are you?
Dude, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'm good. Given the current situation, I think I'm doing all right.
Yes.
You know? I'm like just maintaining.
Maintaining. Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
It's great.
Just like in
That's all you can
life and in running.
Just in general.
In general, I'm just trying to get through.
Just trying to get through, just trying to be normal, right? Just
Right.
trying to get maintain a sense of normalcy, I think.
Exactly.
That's what I'm doing for sure.
That's my goal, and also like normal, but trying to do like what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
You know, because like it's tough to remember all these rules we got to do.
Yeah.
So I got to try to wear my face mask when I run. Make sure I wear it when I go out in public. Period.
Right.
Make sure I'm like staying 6 feet apart from people when I'm at the grocery store and like following the arrows. So I'm just like I'm making my best effort to maintain some sense of normalcy, but also like do the things I'm supposed to do to help prevent the spread of this.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to maintain my humanity as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In relation to that, like making sure, like, you know what? It's not just about me. It's about everyone. And we're all in this together. That's kind of a cliche that I'm hearing a lot, around town and just, on the radio, on TV. But it's true. And trying to remember that everyone else out there is human, and we're all in this together. We're dealing with this really weird situation that we have no control over, and we're not losing our marbles with each other. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we're trying, not to.
Right. I find it kind of hard too, like, because we're supposed to like stay apart.
Yeah.
And so like I'm used to like running with a group or like even just like when I'm out on like a bike path or something saying hi to people who run past me. Mm-hmm. So now I gotta like get away from them, but I still want to say hi.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel...
So I'll say hi, but I'll just have to yell it at them.
Exactly, because they can't hear you because your face is covered up. Your mouth is covered up.
Right. But like you said, you kind of lose a sense of the humanity thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't have my, like, normal crew, and I don't have, like, a normal sense of, like, even strangers, like talking to strangers. I feel like it's just awkward.
I feel like, exactly. I feel, socially awkward.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to act like when I'm in public, when I'm at a supermarket. Ooh, am I standing too close? Should I walk past that person? Should I wait? It's crazy. And then when I'm out running, you want to connect with people, but, a lot of times I'm running by somebody, all I can see is my eyes, and I really can't see my full expression or anything like that.
Right.
And so I try to get people away, but I feel almost a little bit like a pariah, like I'm afraid to do anything around people. Right. I really am. I'm afraid to do things around people and out and about,
I know what you mean. It's like I kind of just got to get my thing done and then go back to my house and curl up in a ball.
Exactly. I know, and that's rough. Socially, it's really, it's awkward. That's all I can say.
I agree.
You know what I mean? If you were socially awkward going into this situation, if you're one of those people, I can kind of speak for myself, it's even more awkward. You don't know what to do.
I can imagine, right.
It's just...
Although if you're one of those introverts, this must be
great for you, because you can... social distancing is great for you,
Right.
So, but I don't know. But it is tough. It's tough, but... I try not to dwell on the negative aspects of it all.
Right.
I think that there are some pleasant surprises, maybe, or not necessarily pleasant surprises, but I don't know how to word it. But it's a horrible situation. The pandemic it's a horrible situation. I feel badly for everyone who's been hit by it and has been affected in a bad way. I don't want to make light of it at all, but there are some silver linings, I would say.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? I mean, I've heard people talking about silver linings on a news program, and I thought, well, in relation to runners, maybe we can like talk a little bit about that. Like, there are some silver linings out there.
Like, I know even just in this week of running, and maybe a couple of the past weeks, I just feel like I've been able to be like a little bit more consistent with it.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, just a kind of a function of how just having more downtime. You know, we're not working as much, so there's just more time to get it done.
I mean, I find that too. I mean, I know in my household, you know, and in my community, there's this, when we're talking about like schools or workplace, there's an attempt to try to keep some structure there. But there still is a little bit more downtime. There's still a little bit of lack of structure, and that has, for me, led to maybe having a little bit more time to run so I can put on a couple of extra miles, or maybe I can really not rush it and not feel like I'm squeezing it into this one small window of opportunity during the day, that I have a little more flexibility as to when I run and how much I run. And so that's kind of been a silver lining.
Yeah, I've kind of felt that same way, where it's just like, usually, you know, you have your work schedule, so every morning it's like you got this opportunity to get after it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you don't hit that window, then it's really difficult to get it done.
It's really, it really is difficult to squeeze it in or even get it done. So
and so since that work time, at least for us anyway, has gotten much more flexible, where we can, you know, talk to each other and maybe switch shifts or like shorten our shifts or whatever we got to do. It just allows, like, okay, maybe I didn't get that run in the morning, I still have some time in the afternoon to get it done. So that's been one of the kind of silver linings of the situation, is just having more time to run. And then also I've found, for me anyway, I've had more family run time, which is my favorite run time.
Right.
You know?
Running as a family. So there's a little bit more time to do that, a little more opportunity to do it. That's cool.
Yeah. I've also been doing yoga. I've gotten into it. I've done 2 sessions. I'm a yogi now.
It sounds like it. I'm telling you. It sounds like you're doing tons of it. I guess compared to doing none, to going to 2 sessions, actual 2 sessions.
2 sessions.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's 2 more than I've done in the past 30 years.
Are you a little achy? You feel a little sore?
Yeah, it's not easy.
But it's good sore?
It's a good kind of sore.
It's definitely not easy. Oh, it definitely isn't.
No. There was a lot of downward dog in the last one, which was... I didn't enjoy.
Maybe I'll try some.
I'll
have my wife coach me.
You should.
And I'll do a short session. I don't know if I can do an hour. But maybe I'll do a shorter session. You don't have to do it in an hour increment, do you?
I think you can do whatever you want.
Is that like yoga law or anything?
I don't think there's rules, man.
Okay. Oh,
that's
cool.
what I'm liking about yoga. It's like,
not necessarily rules.
According to my wife, you can kind of do whatever you want.
That's kind of cool. I mean, I've done some exercises and stretches, but...
Like, there was this session we did. We did this with, like, there's a place called Laughing Elephant that Christine likes to go to. And one of the teachers, who's kind of a fun lady, she did, like, one of those videos and put it up on Facebook.
Yeah.
There was a lot of tricky maneuvers, man. And so during those tricky maneuvers, I just, like, revert to something easy for me. Until we get out of the tricky one, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can handle it.
You can modify it a little bit to your level.
There's blocks and straps and all sorts of tools.
Sounds a little kinky. No, I'm just kidding. No, I know. My wife has a couple of those blocks, and she has some of the straps too. So that's.
So that's been a silver lining for me, man.
Cool. Getting
the running a little bit more, like flexibility, and then also having the time to do this yoga stuff. Yeah.
No, that's cool. I find that too. I find I can go maybe a little bit longer. I'm not putting in tons of miles. I'm doing well, but I'm not doing a lot more than what I normally would do. But I'm doing a little bit more. And it's a little bit easier for my wife and I to kind of juggle when we're gonna go. She likes to go, and then I like to go. My kids they're doing the distance learning thing, but they don't have to start until a little later in the day.
Oh, all right.
So it's we can kind of a little bit of not as much of a rush in the morning to get them to school, and I could you can squeeze in. Whereas in the past I couldn't squeeze in a run before school, getting them into school.
Yeah.
Now I can squeak that out if I wanted to. Oh, my wife can, and so.
That's nice.
So it's a little bit easier. I want things back the way they were.
Right.
Right. I would love to have my kids in school. I think they need that. I want them to be with their friends and their teachers, and staff and faculty. But right now we can't.
And what's interesting is I was talking to my wife and I got a quote for like a fence.
Yeah.
Because we need a fence around our pool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to the fence guy, and he's got like a teenager, and that's the biggest thing that they miss about school. It's just socializing.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
Obviously teenagers are like learning whatever.
Yeah, I know.
But like seeing their friends and talking to people, and I like as a runner, I feel like that's what I'm missing too. You know, my training, because I'm old now and I don't really care about the times I'm hitting.
Oh yes.
It's more social for me.
Yeah, I know. I miss seeing my regular running groups, right? And being a part of that, and you keep in touch in other ways, but it's just not the same.
It ain't the same.
It's not the same as getting together with people, and you can't right now. You just can't do it.
You can't. And so what we've tried to do, and I think this is maybe a little bit of a silver lining, is integrate a little bit more kind of technology into the thing. And I think once we come back to kind of some sense of normalcy where we can run as a group, maybe we'll be able to use that technology to just enhance our program. You know?
I think so. My wife's a teacher, and she's hoping to do that in the future.
Right.
She's learning things that I think she's going to be able to apply after this.
Yeah.
When we come out of it. But yeah, no.
And since we are coaching our beginning runner group through this thing for the next 8 weeks or 7 weeks. So we've been trying to do like Facebook Live and like groups and like maybe integrating some GPS watch data into their training. And I think that it will just like take it to the next level once we come back, you know. So I think that's a little bit of a silver lining. Kind of been forced. We've kind of been forced to do it.
Yeah.
And try to make it work somehow. So having that option or ability when everybody's back in a group and like we can add it to what we've already had before, I think is going to be next level stuff, bro.
That's right, man. Take it to the next level.
Taking it up a notch.
Take it up a notch.
To 11.
Take it to 11.
Take it to 11.
Boom.
That's it.
Get up to 11. I like it.
I think we maybe should take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Maybe we cover a couple more silver linings of this.
I've got some other silver linings. Yeah. Cool. Are we back?
We're back, buddy.
We are back. So, I got a silver lining.
Let's hear it, babe. Let's hear it.
It could be my imagination, but I feel that the air is cleaner.
Interesting.
Do you notice that at all?
I kind of have. There's less traffic, for sure.
And that's directly related to that. There's traffic out there.
A little bit.
But I find that there isn't as much traffic, and as a result, the air seems cleaner to me. There's not a lot of that. As much diesel smell in the air when I'm running around the city. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast the other day that said that people, I forget where it was, somewhere in China, they can see the Himalayas or something. Is it China? Does China get the Himalayas?
I think
maybe it was India.
Perhaps, maybe Nepal. But I heard something too.
Yeah.
That these folks the Himalayas are roughly about 120 miles from where they live, and they haven't been able to see the Himalayas for years. And they can suddenly see the Himalayas, which is pretty wild.
Isn't that nuts?
So there really is something to that.
There is. Like it's like a short-term effect, but it is cleaner.
Yeah. So it's kind of nice.
It is, yeah.
I kind of like that. I also noticed too, it's a little bit quieter. Again, there's traffic. And there are certain times in the day where there's more, right, rush hours, but it just seems a little bit quieter.
Right.
Less noise.
Great.
Vehicles making really loud noise. And so for me, that's kind of I don't like really loud noises. Engines that are really loud and things like that.
Yeah, and the smoke
distracts me and all that stuff.
So the pollution is overall down.
It seems like it.
Because there's less people. Even like trash on the side of the road, I've seen less of that.
Wow.
You know? Because it's just, there's less people out and about. So that's a plus.
I'd say it's a silver lining for me.
You know? Pollution.
Down. Good.
Maybe when we all come back, we can just keep that.
Yeah, maybe.
Somehow.
Maybe.
I don't
that would
know
be
how,
great.
But that would be awesome. And the less traffic has been good as a runner in that there's less, like, people yelling at you.
Right. I mean, exactly.
You know?
You go try to run at certain times during the day, and, there's a chance someone's going to beep their horn at you.
Yeah.
And it just gets more intense, and you've got to really focus and be really vigilant so that, you can see things developing so that you don't get hit by a car. Or I will have to say that I've noticed a little less of the, hey, run, Forrest, run from the kids and stuff.
That's nice.
High school kids. I like high school kids, man. They're cool, I guess, right? I have no problem with them. But sometimes if I do my run in the afternoon and it's around, school dismissal.
Oh, forget it. Especially when they get in groups.
Man, when you're in a zone, too, and you're in a zone and you're running along and someone shouts something out at you, it's like, ugh. I just find it a little less than that.
Yeah, it startles me out of my, rhythm.
Exactly.
I can't imagine being a woman.
Oh,
it's got to be brutal.
Yeah. To have people
they probably get yelled at all the time.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I get yelled at all the time, but it's just, I think there's been less of that.
I feel like there has.
I feel like there's been less of that.
So that's a silver lining for sure.
And maybe there's just fewer people out there, but I think maybe it could be that there's a little bit of some common courtesy or maybe even humanity going on. People are through this horrible situation, maybe people are a little bit nicer.
Agreed.
Do you think so? I mean, maybe so. I think maybe there could be some of that.
We are all in this together, so I think people are maybe, realizing we're all people, man.
Right.
We're all people.
And everyone, you got someone running down the road. It's, there's a guy getting some exercise.
Good for him.
Running it off, trying to stay healthy, and,
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to cheer him on.
I'm going to cheer him on, exactly, So, yeah. I have seen that, too, silver lining, because I've seen a decent amount of people out there running, cycling, and walking.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's one of my silver linings.
I'm sorry to take it. Take it away, then. Take it away, man. I don't want to dominate the scene, the situation.
But no, I just was going to mention that, working here at, a running store, I've had a ton of phone calls of people who were like, I haven't run in forever. I've been going to the gym and lifting weights or doing group exercises, but gyms are closed now.
Right.
So I want to go out and run.
Got to do something.
More people running.
Running, yeah.
That's a plus.
I think it's a big plus. Book. It's a huge silver lining. Yeah, and even walking. If people aren't going to run and they could walk, great. That's great exercise.
Absolutely.
So keep it rolling. I think it's great.
I think even just having, like we were talking earlier, that downtime, you need to have something to do. Yeah. So it just gives them the opportunity to do something. Yeah. And running and walking and cycling and maybe going, doing a yoga video or a Pilates class or some strength workouts, kills an hour of time, and it also is healthy.
Yep. We're going to have, after this, man, we're going to have a very healthy society. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Right.
You get more people who are hitting the pavement now and doing things.
Exactly.
So
you'll just have to skip our last episode.
I know, really.
Skip the indulgences.
Exactly. Hey, you have to indulge once in a while, right?
Yeah, that's true. Silver lining, I've eaten a lot more ice cream.
Yeah.
And that's tasty.
I had some yesterday. Milkshake. Oh, jeez. I can't remember last time I had a milkshake, but we had a milkshake night in my household.
That's awesome.
But we ate a nice dinner, too. So
that's good. Well, maybe if we increase the indulgences, we have to increase the exercises.
Yes, we do. I know. I have to run a couple more miles today to work off that ice cream from yesterday. So
that's it.
No, but I think it's good. I think the silver lining is people are getting out there and trying to stay fit, and get into running, get into walking, get into cycling, and just doing things to keep busy. because it's great for your mind, it's great for your body, and so all around, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it can help definitely mentally as well as physically.
Yeah.
You know, one more silver lining that I have is I've found I've gotten more time to spend with my family.
Yep.
Which is
huge
awesome.
silver lining. I second you on that one for sure.
Yeah. There's no my wife used to have to commute like an hour and a half each day, so that's just gone.
Right. I don't have to do that anymore. Commuting really stresses. I mean, I don't have a long commute now.
Yeah.
But in the past, I've had commutes that were
Mm-hmm.
longer and very stressful. You're dealing with bumper to bumper. You're worrying about getting there and getting to work on time.
Mm-hmm.
And and everyone else is doing the same thing, and there's just tension in the air.
Yeah.
Right. And it's stressful.
It's so stressful.
It really is stressful.
Yeah.
And now that it's not there, you take that out of the equation. And there are other stressors nowadays, certainly,
Mm-hmm.
because of what's going on. But not having to commute 2 hours
That's a win, man.
is a win. That's
That's
a
a
silver
win.
lining for sure.
Mm-hmm. And it's just more time I get to spend with my fam,
With the fam, yeah.
which is nice.
It is nice.
And even our commute to work is much less stressful because there's nobody on the road anymore.
Yeah.
So the traffic is much less.
Yep.
But yeah, spending more time with the family is definitely a plus. I've had a lot more family run time. Even squeezed in a few family nap times.
Yeah, nice.
Which is
it's hard for me
phenomenal.
to do, though. I'd love to do that if everyone just want to take a nap at the same time, but it's like 4 pinballs in a small pinball machine,
yeah.
and I can usually go down, but nobody else can.
Nobody else
But you can. You're still in a situation where you can do that. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
We're trying to keep Miles has been doing 2 naps. He does a morning nap and an afternoon nap.
Yes.
We're trying to keep that morning nap as long as possible.
I say stretch it out until he's in college, right?
That's
so
the plan.
if you can do that, and beyond too. So
Naps are good for everybody.
they
I
really
love
are.
a good nap.
They recharge me. I certainly, don't take a lot of naps. But every once in a while, I'll catch one, either by accident or because I have an opportunity, and it recharges me. And it doesn't have to be very, very long.
No,
As long as it's quiet. Not always quiet though, but
no.
not in my house.
Some cultures, naps are encouraged.
I think it's great. Yeah, right.
You know?
Seriously. Why don't we do that?
We should do naps.
Maybe through this, maybe after this, we'll have a nap all the time.
National nap time.
National, exactly. I mean, it could be something that could be legislated. We wouldn't like that though. We legislate nap time. Yeah.
I'll call
I'd be all right with it.
I'll call Sicilia.
Yeah, right.
National nap time.
Like a siesta, like in Spain, you do a siesta.
There you go.
So,
I'll take it. But yeah, so silver lining is just more family time, man.
yeah,
I
that's
enjoyed
definitely a
that.
silver lining. I love it. For
Absolutely.
sure.
You know another silver lining, and this is just a personal thing for me, is I have tried so remember I talked about grocery delivery in a previous podcast,
Yes.
and I said it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare because it was just like 2 weeks late.
I figured out.
You never even got it.
I figured it out though.
Okay.
I picked the wrong thing.
The wrong option?
Yes.
Okay.
I picked fast and flexible.
Yeah.
It was neither fast nor flexible. It took like 2 weeks, and it was a nightmare.
Should be like Fast and Furious.
I was furious.
Get it
But
to me yesterday.
exactly. But I talked to somebody there, and they said, "Don't do that because of the craziness, the virus thing going on. The demand's through the roof. You got to pick a time,
Okay.
a specific time."
Mhm.
And I did that.
Boom.
Phenomenal.
It worked.
So it's something like a silver lining is I learned that, and it might be something I can do in the future.
Okay.
You
Good.
know?
Yeah, right, because you would have never thought about getting a delivery for groceries in the past. Some people do, a lot of people do,
Yeah.
for different various reasons. But in this case, you had,
Right.
an opportunity to do that and figure out what might work best for you down the road.
Yeah. So when this is all done, that's a tool I got in my toolbox. You know?
It's right.
I
It's
can
like a
take.
hammer.
I can take that hammer out,
Yep.
order some groceries.
Hammer those groceries. Hammer that grocery order.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah. That's cool though. It's a silver lining.
Yeah. Another one I learned is Grubhub. I tried Grubhub.
Okay.
Have you ever tried that?
I don't have the app, but someone I know has the app, and we used it on Saturday, and it was cool.
It works pretty
was-
well.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're want to get takeout, but you can't go anywhere. Say it's like family nap time and everybody's napping. You can take a nap, wait for your delivery, knock on the door. They leave it right outside.
They just leave it for you and boom.
Yeah, contactless delivery.
Do you do like a tip? Or
it's like built right into the app.
It's built right into the app, and you don't have to worry about it.
Choose your percentage. And
they just drop it right on your doorstep.
Yep. And if they're really nice people, then you can bump up your tip.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
So yeah, another tool in the toolbox, man.
That's a screwdriver.
I got a hammer and a screwdriver.
2 good tools to have, by the way.
Yeah.
And then now you need like a skill saw. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed, a silver lining? And it's weird, I know, and well, I don't know. You might think it's weird, but for me, when I go out there and I'm running, and because there are fewer cars, less noise, less pollution, there's less going on, and I'm still vigilant. I'm still watching what's going on. I might want to be safe, right? But I find that if there's a little less going on, traffic-wise and people-wise, I'm a little more relaxed. I feel more relaxed. Mm-hmm. And then I start to look around a little bit more. I'm discovering things.
Nice? You're enjoying things.
I mean, there are like neighborhoods that I run through that I'm starting to slow down and actually take a look around.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a really nice house. That's a beautiful porch. Those people have a beautiful Victorian porch. Or look at that lawn. Or look at that field. I never looked at that field before. Or maybe I did, but I was always worried. I was like, one eye was on the field, one eye was on the traffic coming at me.
Or like you got to get to work, so
right, exactly.
Hurry through this.
You got to hurry through it. So I'm just a little bit more like awareness of my surroundings.
Yes.
I mean, I always thought that I was relatively observant, but now I can be even more observant, and it's kind of cool.
It is
things that I'm noticing.
I agree.
And then it adds to my overall feeling of maybe a little bit more relaxed, being more relaxed and chill. So. Yeah.
Gives you a bit more headspace.
Gives me a little more headspace, yeah. So, silver lining.
Silver lining.
You have to look for silver linings in this kind of situation,
right?
It's
true, because there's not a lot.
No, there aren't.
There's a lot of terrible things.
It's some really very difficult, terrible things happening, sad things happening, and, yeah. It's just, so you got to look for silver linings.
You got to.
In any challenging situation, in any dark situation, you have to. And you know what I'm learning? Silver lining for me is I'm learning to look for silver linings.
True, right?
Sometimes it's like...
A lot of times you can get caught in the negative stuff.
Right, exactly. And so you want to try to be positive. And sometimes, you hear someone say, oh, look at the bright side, or the silver lining. There's a silver lining in this. And I was just going to say, shut up.
Things are terrible.
I don't want to hear that. But it's the silver lining. Another silver lining for me would be I'm looking for silver linings. So that's good.
That's a good
Maybe I'm being a little more positive than I have in the past. I don't know. It's good, though.
I think happiness and positivity is the way to go, right?
You know what? I think it's the best policy.
If we can get more of that, I think we're going to be just fine.
Yes, I agree.
I think we should end on that note.
I think we should end on that positive note. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So.
And thank you for listening.
Thank you, folks. And look at the silver lining. Try to find the silver linings in every situation if you can. And keep running.
Because it's good for you.